Holler at me. I'll hit you back.
Nope. But look, got some got something on my mind this morning I want to talk about. Got a little something. Got a little something we gonna get off into. On the Trill Truckers Talk, we gonna do a little something different. We gonna merge the rapping and the trucking. Know what I mean? We gonna merge the two. Yeah, okay. So check this out. Check this out. We gonna merge the two worlds right quick. Rapping and trucking. And I'm gonna start off with this. Shout out to everybody who out there pursuing a rap career or entertainment in whatever way that they pursuing it. You know what I mean? But this right here is specifically for the artists. You know what I mean? The artist that's recording and putting together quality music and have expectations. This is for you. From my point of view and perspective, when you decided, hey, I'm a poet, I'm an artist, I'm a rapper, that was cool. That was a good thing. Now, because you decided that, you have these expectations of others that they supposed to just all fall in line and just be at your beck and call and be at your feet. Maybe it worked like that when the game wasn't so oversaturated. Maybe people were very amused and amazed. So yeah, they showed up in droves to hear what the artist had to say, whether it be poetry that then turned into rap, this and that, because basically that's what rap is, rhythm and poetry. But my message is this: do not stop pursuing your dream. But if you are not financed, if you don't have a budget, if you don't have financial backers, and let's say you're not a kid, you're not under 18. Let's say you're over 18, right? See, if you're a kid pursuing your music career and you have parents that's basically covering the roof over your head and the food and this and that, you know, you can be you can be somewhat irresponsible because at that point in time they are taking responsibility for all the necessities. So you can just with blind faith run out there and be whoever you want to be and know at the end of the night you may land in your bed with the AC running, ceiling fan, this and that, because that's on somebody else's dime. Your parents are being responsible for that coverage. So you can just go out there and do what you do without any kind of obligations. But that's very far and few in between because most of the time, most artists that seriously pursuing their music have reached the age 18, 19, 20, um, in some in their 40s. I don't discourage you guys in the 40s. That's like telling somebody to stop living or stop breathing or stop dreaming. I'll never do that. I don't care how old you are. I don't care how old you are and what you're pursuing. I'm never gonna say you need to stop. That's just not me. I don't care. If that make you happy, if that give you fulfillment, hey man, do what you do. You ain't hurting nobody. You know what I'm saying? You ain't harming nobody. You ain't robbing nobody. You doing what make you feel good in the heart. That beautiful rain. Had to give me a little taste. Nah. So you doing whatever, you know, make you feel good in your heart and in your mind. But my message today is even though you are pursuing your greatness as an artist or whatever it is you want to be, along the way, it's going to be expenses. And those expenses are going to have to be covered by somebody. It may be living expenses, it may be studio expenses, uh, just all the normal expenses, plus the expenses of you trying to be an artist. This is not a this is not a broke boy game. This is not a poor man's hustle. So please be aware that even at the bare minimum, it's gonna take some money to move around, to create different stuff, to pay different people, to do everything. You know what I'm saying, that you can't do for yourself. These days, it's more inexpensive because there's so many graphic designers, it's so many producers, it's so many engineers. So the rates are competitive on beats, this and that, this and that, this and that. But at the same time, while while WHILE, while you are pursuing your music, I stress this: you cannot neglect yourself and the obligations that may be upon you. Maybe it may be you keeping a roof over your own head. You might have a little child or multiple children. It requires that you still be a young man or a young woman and take care of your responsibilities and do your music career. You know what I mean? You can't just, and some people can, and some people do. They neglect one thing and put all their energy into another, hoping that that work and one day they can come back and fix this. But when you're dealing with human beings, you're dealing with time, you're dealing with emotions, you're dealing with some wounds you can't see that can't heal. You know, so this is just my advice. This is just my advice. Know that you're gonna make it, right? Know that regardless of the outcome of the music industry, you're gonna make it. You know what I mean? But don't put all your eggs in that one basket, because you could spend umpteen amount of years, 10, 15, 20 years, and still be a local joker, unknown, you know what I mean, and not even made 20, $30,000 off your music. In that same 10, 15 year period, and I say this in some of my videos when I'm relating to artists and music, in that same 10, 15 years, you could be acquiring skills and trades and certifications and degrees. Because at the end of the day, we got to survive out here, bro. And people attention span these days, it ain't what it used to be. Rather you have great music, good lyrics, great beats, it don't even matter. Things are very different now. So my sole advice to you is, while you're pursuing your music career or whatever it is, take care of your business and take care of yourself. Because at the end of the day, let's say, unfortunately, you don't get a hit single. You don't even get a regional single. You don't get a project that catch on. You don't get a project that sell over 10,000 units. and you've given it a hell of a shot. I'm not telling you to quit, but I want you to evaluate how much effort you put into that. And when you look around, look at your bank account, look at your assets, assess the people around you, see how they feel about you. You know what I mean? Because sometimes we be so heavy in the pursuance of it, we in a trance. I've been there. I've been there. I've pursued music in different stages of my life, and I understood each stage. And when I returned to bite down on it hard, I was an older man. I was 20. Let me see. I was 20. I think I was in my mid or late 20s, like 23, 20. And I was probably like 26, 27. Okay, I stopped, right? I completely stopped. Wasn't going to no studios, wasn't writing, just whatever. I just went cold turkey on music. And I spoke about the incidents that led up to that and why I did that. And I started focusing on raising my kids and my house and just different things of that nature, getting bread, you know what I mean? Just taking care of business, taking care of my foundation. And I remember I went to visit my brother in Huntsville. And I walked into prison and he looked at me and he said, dog, what's happening with you? I'm like, what you mean? He said, you don't look like yourself. And I'm like, what you talking about? He said, man, when you come see me and you talking about music and pursuing your career, this and that, this and that, he said, your skin look different. You dress different. You carry yourself in a different way. Like, what you got going on? What you doing? And it hit me. I wasn't on my path that lit me up. You know what I mean? I wasn't on my path that made me feel like I was alive. I was just on some dormant type, you know what I mean, hustling hard, going home, raising my kids, you know what I'm saying, cutting my yard, painting houses. I was on my grown man shit, minus pursuing my career. And he lit that fire in that visit. He lit that fire like, nigga, you nigga, you was this nigga when you was a kid, nigga. You talent show, nigga. You always was in the studio, nigga. Like, nigga, you made so many other niggas want to do this and shit, nigga. You even got me writing right now. What is you doing? And from that visit, that's when I started developing the character Hezeleo. From that visit, way back then, I had to come up with a new rap name because my first rap name, well, not my first one, because my first one was KHD. I used to have a little tattoo, KHD. Yeah. Big King Herb Devastator. I've been the king. I've been the king, you know what I'm saying? KHD, boy, you know what I mean? And then from there, I only had three rap names. First, I was KHD, then I was Texas Assassin, and then I became He's a Leo. Most niggas didn't have about 15 rap names. Most niggas didn't have about 15 of them hoes. I had three. I had three. When I was in elementary school, I was KHD all the way up into my teens. Then I got influenced listening to that Houston rap talking about smoking that bay and that dip, and I became Texas Assassin. And that's when I kind of quit rap after Texas Assassin. But when I came back, we created He's a Leo. That was from the penitentiary to the streets, visiting him, you know what I'm saying, in Ferguson and the Stale unit and Ellis unit and shit. The boy had been on damn near every unit in Texas. But during them visits, that's when he, re-sparked my little old game to get back in the game and start pursuing it. But I learned something very valuable during that time. How can I just completely shift and start doing this lane right here without my household suffering, without my baby mama looking at me like, have you lost your mind? You know what I mean? And so in my pursuit of getting back into my music, I was visiting a lot of the local artists and just kind of spending time in their environments, which they had home studios, equipment, or whatever they had. And I would see the ones that was like shacking or married or had a serious relationship, they females would almost despise that they wanted to rap. And a lot of times it had to do with their financial responsibility and were they going to be able to still take care of their responsibility and pursue their music. And then a lot of them, they was in relationships that the female was jealous that that person going being in that environment, they might find like a fine bitch or just something to kind of take them off of the mind of you got a gal at home. So I started analyzing all that, and so I said when I leave back out here, how can I make sure my baby mama ain't got nothing to say? Tell you what I did. I made sure all the house expenses were straight. I made sure what I did for her with the fingernails and the toes and the hair and the extra bread, I made sure she always had that. So basically, I never neglected anything at home to pursue my music. What I did with the music money, I kept that separate from my household. So if I had a show that I ain't make no money on, or which was very rare, you know what I mean? If I had a situation where, I came up in the red, I didn't come up in the red for the house. I came up in the red for the music. You know what I mean? So she never felt that. She never felt my wins or my losses. So she looked at it as something just, oh, that's what he do. You know what I mean? And then I was able to kind of do it in a way where my scheduling wasn't always that I was in the studio late at night all the time. I go to the studio early. I leave the studio early sometime, like 10 o'clock at night or whatever. Now, once we separated for whatever reasons, had nothing to do with music. Basically, it was a whole bunch of cheating going on. I gonna admit it. I gonna admit it. All that popularity of just being a stand-up nigga, and you know what I mean. A nigga looking like a lion out there, fit. You know what I'm saying, with that peanut butter skin. Them hoes couldn't resist. And I tried my bestest. Back up. Back up now, Satan. Come on in here. Now, hey man, I'm in a serious relationship, but that shit ain't work. All them big titty, you know what I'm saying, ghetto ass bitty, hey boy, I tried, but it didn't work. And plus, them white girls on a nigga heels, you know what I'm saying, like roller skates, you know what I mean, and I tried to run, but I couldn't run that fast. And we wound up separating and whatnot. But what that did was that allowed me to focus more on my music, because I wasn't raising my children in the same household no more. Uh, I wasn't living that, you know what I'm saying, that family structure life. So I started dedicating 24 hours a day to music. I turned my whole house into an empty shell with just a bed. Hey, look, I had a big old ass flat screen. It wasn't a flat screen, but it was a big old ass. Back in the day, them big flow model TVs with the big screen. We used to call them widescreen. I forgot. I threw the bitch away. The bitch worked, right? Nigga, I ain't want no TV. I cut my telephone off. That's back when niggas was talking on landline. Nigga, I cut my phone off. I ain't want no phone. All I wanted was a computer, some speakers, and nothing but equipment for CDs, this and that, this and that, this and that. That's all I wanted. You know what I mean? Kept my couch and my bed and my refrigerator and my washing machine and all that. And my house became like a music trap house. I was bringing younger artists over. We talk, we plan, we get ready, we hit the road, we do what we do. But the moral of the story was you can't neglect, you know what I mean, your obligations because you pursuing music. Those things are still gonna need to be taken care of, whether you were pursuing music or not. You know what I mean? That's just what the OG telling you. Hey, you can go out there and neglect everybody and yourself and go do what you do. You know what I mean? But in my case, I didn't have the heart or the stomach to neglect my children for some damn rap dreams. So I always made sure they was straight. You know what I mean? And I went out there and I chased my shit hard. And still to this day, I don't regret nothing. My results are my results, you know. And I still feel good about what I did and what I'm currently doing. But you as a young artist, go hard. Do what you do. Pursue. Knock on doors. Learn marketing. Learn everything necessary you need to learn. But do not neglect your responsibilities, yourself, your children, or your family chasing that rap shit. It can't get no plainer than that. It can't get no plainer than that. But yeah, who out there doing what? You already know how it go. It's always long live the pimp and Mama West, you know what I'm saying? Who out there doing what? Let me see. C Rip, what it is, my brother. Everything good. Golden homie, what it is. Stephen Aaron, what it is. Odell from the SIP. He said G morning. He ain't say good morning. He said G morning. The bearded Hero. Hero. Yeah, I'm saying that right. Peace to the family. Already. Let me see. Ricky Doty, real spill, for real. Bobby Johnson in that warehouse now. Hey man, salute to you. We got to get that bread. The sucker that runs around with some pride about I'm not gonna do this and I'm not gonna do that to get no bread, he gonna be the nigga borrowing. The sucker with too much pride gonna be the nigga bumming and borrowing. You know what I mean? Oh, that's what I ain't gonna do. Nah, I ain't gonna do that. You run out of options talking about what you ain't gonna do. You know what I mean? We grown ass men. We got to get out here and do something. We got to get out here and do something. This channel right here, GMB, this grown man business. This ain't little boy business. Just ain't no he work over there. Boy, you better get out there and get that money. You better get out there and get you some motherfucking bread. Because if you don't, you gonna be the nigga borrowing. You know what I'm talking about? Nigga, I was a full-blown motherfucking full-time rap artist, nigga. But when that shit slowed down, you think I was gonna sit around and be talking about what we was doing in the club, how cold the champagne was, how tight the Kagoga was, uh, how such and such acted when I spoke to him, or how she acted when I met her. None of that shit feed the kids. And none of that shit feed yourself. So boys gotta learn to put their pride to the side and go get it and come back with it. Because if you take the method that I'm telling you, it ain't gonna take nothing away from who you are as an artist. It's gonna give you more content. It's gonna give you more stability to speak from a stance of a responsible young man. It's gonna give you some content. It's gonna give you something to speak on that's real. See, a lot of times in our culture, we take mental vacations and we kind of unintentionally glorify negativity and irresponsibility and sacrifice. A lot of music that we listening to now is just beautiful harmonic sounds of brothers talking about annihilating and harming other brothers. I'm guilty of it. I've written songs like that. I've written songs like that. But what I've always tried to do was give the good, the bad, and the ugly of my songs. I always try to speak from the repercussion side, the defense side, not the offense side. But these days, all you got is offensive and offensive lyrics. You got each individual talking about the description of the gun they gonna use and how they gonna walk down and wipe his nose, what they gonna be, and how many times they gonna hit him, and hit him in the head and all this. But it's really just awful. We jam into niggas talking about murdering each other all the time. Hit that bitch, walk 2 times, wipe it, no, bust his head, bullet come out his ear, in his ass. I don't know. But I'm like, I'm tuned out. Now don't get me wrong, I like to listen to music in depth. I like to hear the beats, I like to hear what they talking about. But these days, soon as I hear them talking about what they gonna do another nigga, turn it off. I don't want to hear that shit no more. Because it ain't even like they just rapping about it. These niggas actually doing that shit and going fill up that motherfucking jailhouse. It's like the most devilish pie piper songs ever. And it's our little brothers. It's our little brothers, man. It's our sons, our nephews, our cousins, our little brothers. And a lot of us, we disconnected from them niggas. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. I try. I try. I try to reach out and I try to hold on. But if me holding on get to hurting my hand, I got to let go. Because I'm responsible for a little village of people. I have a little village of people that looks up to me, that depend on me in certain ways. You know what I mean? I'm in the position of grand status. I've been quoted into the grand status. You know, I have little people look at me full of joy like, Papa. See, a while back, I didn't want to accept that. I was like, man, what you talking about, nigga? What you talking about, little nigga? But now, nigga, if you accept that, it give you a different kind of fuel on the inside to pursue life. It give you a new life. You now know you got all these people that need something from you, some guidance or some gifts or finances or just love, a hug, a meal. You know what I mean? See, when we young and we don't have nobody expecting anything from us, we kind of careless. We kind of just, ain't nobody need me for nothing, so I'm gonna go right in front of this car, fuck them, and whatever. You know, might get hit by a car, might go start shit with 10 niggas. You careless. You don't have no reasons. You don't have nobody depending on you, needing you. You know what I mean? So you kind of feel like it don't matter if I'm here or not. That's an adolescent stage. That's the mentality that your adolescents start to show you. But God put you here for some kind of reason, whether it be figuring out what element goes into this invention or that invention or whatever it may be. You are here for some kind of reason. It's on you to walk forward. It's on you to get out that bed and pursue and live and breathe and talk, seek. You know what I mean? Shake and bake. Find your destiny. Everything we do is leading us to something else. You know what I mean? But being uh, a grandfather, a father, an uncle, a brother, it all has responsibilities. Some men run away from responsibilities, but they're very strong individuals because they'll run away from some shit that's really just fun and easy and go place themselves in a predicament that's hard and cruel and harsh. You know what I mean? And go endure that. But I don't want to get too far for what I was talking about, man. While you pursuing what you doing, take care of your business. Take care of yourself and your people. That's all I'm saying. Let me see who in here. Let me see who in here. Clay Thomas. Top of the day already. Already, Clay Thomas. Yeah, glory days, man. Bobby Johnson. Just growing up. We got to. We got to grow up, man. Bobby Johnson. We got to grow up, man. No more songs like High Life. Yeah, it's we got to go back and listen to that. But lately, man, I've been making some songs with some commentary in it and just some real spill, you know. Let me see. What do I need to do to get on Young Bull? Let me see. Stephanie Romeo, Trill Truckers. What's slapping? Oh, we just talking about a little life. Young Bull 713. Rephrase that question. What do I need to do to get on? Then you put four mics. What do I need to do to get on four mics? Now, rephrase that so I can understand your question directly. And if I have the answers, you got them. You did too doing nowadays, right? I was about to quit these. I was about to break up with. Take 2 bottles of water and split it. Of water and split the content. Now I got instead of 12 ounces. But yeah, we still got to take care of our business, man. You know, sometime when you're in college, your family still let you get that free ride because they know you're trying to be something. And you don't have a bunch of different models of a successful artist that your family can look at and be like, okay, this person pursued that and they made it. You know, it ain't a lot of those people. Like your football players, it ain't a lot of them. It's only a couple. Your rappers, your basketball players is only a couple. So it ain't common for your family to look LA or something like that. But if you in a little old town like where I come from, come on, my nigga. Come on, my nigga. We got we got UGK and DM. I see her in my head, but I know that ain't her. Come on, y'all know who I'm talking about, man. Janis Joplin, man. What's wrong with y'all, man? See, y'all be tripping, boy. Y'all, hey, boy, when I be falling a little bit, y'all be letting me slip. Big Janis Joplin, and she was hot in the '70s. You know, it took like 20 some years. It took 20 some years for us to get some more national artists. So when your family look at their music shit, they don't look at it like, oh, that's an automatic ticket. They look at, oh, you just joined the struggle. But yeah, let me see what young homies say. I am a father, a working man, trying to make it as a rap artist. So any advice on that? obligations to them from family. Make good music, make quality music, learn the ways of how to distribute your music these days. If you are one of those active artists that now we could come outside, need to go to different events and network to learn who the tastemakers are, who the gatekeepers are, which I don't know. These days things can change so much. I don't know who is who. You know, from when I was pursuing it, it was certain people. You know what I mean? But things didn't change. They got new people in positions. Rub shoulders. Collab with different artists. Try to collab with artists that have a bigger base than you do, or just as equal as you do. Build bridges, don't burn them. It's hard to do streets and music at the same time. It's hard to do beats from the outside looking in. Yeah, it's entertaining, but you the one got to duck bullets. You the one got to, you know what I'm saying, be on alert if your ops looking for you. You know what I mean? We just hear the songs and it disappear after that. But you the one got to live that physical reality of what you summoning in your lyrics. So make good quality music, man. And if you need to say something about something, mean it and own up to it. You know what I mean? But that express different things in our music. Sometimes some songs gonna be on it, and that helps. You know what I'm saying? Get the digital music sales in, and paraphernalia and merchandise, T-shirts, hats, whatever it may be, and just grind. And they was at that. You know what I mean? But